my god, oh 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 my god. Yes! Right now, I'm in San Jose on a big summer work trip, and I've got 10 days to get to Moab, Utah, and then back down to LA. With this much distance and that little time, I was gonna fly. But then, someone I know said, you should take this Tesla. They said to me, sure, you haven't driven in 8 years, but you've also never driven a Tesla. I couldn't say no. It's time for a road trip. Oh, so cool. That is never gonna get old. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I am so nervous and so excited right now. I have no words for this. Like, I can't even explain anything. I just have to get started, and we're just gonna go. That's what's gonna happen here. F***ing hell! Future Gray here, editing this video. Now, Past Gray is very excited, but what he doesn't know is he's going to make this trip way harder for himself than need be, and he's also going to make some of the dumbest, most dangerous decisions he's ever made in his adult life. But he doesn't know that. Now you know that. Back to the excitement. F***ing hell! This is the first moment in my life when I'm in a self-driving car that's self-driving. The no hands moment. This is the first turn. And it's doing it. Obviously it should, but it's still quite relieving to know. Oh god, that's amazing. Woo! Man! Alright. Alright. Oh my god. This was really overwhelming, and I've spent all my adrenaline, and I need to calm down and eat a sandwich. I haven't done any significant driving for nearly a decade. On the last road trip that I took, it ended in a pretty bad accident. Everyone walked away, but after that I just didn't want to drive, so I hardly ever did it, which meant I was a nervous wreck every time I did, which made me drive even less. And then because I live in a big city, I didn't need to drive. But I'm going to use this opportunity to start again. I'm nervous, but so far the Tesla's made it a lot easier for me, and boy have I missed driving. Just coming back from the store, and oh my god, is it beautiful. Blue's not my color, but that car looks fantastic.
Guided route onto I-680 North.
Now that I've done the first leg on the highway, what is it, car? Oh, my seatbelt. Now that I've done the first leg and I haven't died, it's fantastic. It's an amazing car. But now I'm going to spend a little bit in a more focused frame of mind, playing around with like all of the settings on the screen and figuring out a few things before I continue onward with the next leg of this drive. This has been a real moment in my life and just a fantastic driving experience, but I noticed that the click and the animation of the click of the car are not synchronized. So 1 star, literally unusable. I've made it to the first supercharger location with 45 miles left on the battery, which is way closer than I would ever cut it with a gas tank. I have some real range anxiety with cars, but I thought I would just trust the map and what it's telling me. And so here I am, waiting online for the next supercharger slot that's available. Okay, so this is the charger. Oh, that's so cool. And pulling in 103 kilowatts, which is crazy. And I need to leave it here for about 40 minutes before I continue on the next leg of the trip, which is perfect because this is in a little mall area and I've got some errands I need to run. Okay, back from errands, and there's a hat trick of X's. It looks like we're pretty set to continue on the road. Oh my god, I can't believe how exciting this is. Forgot about this. Turns out the car won't let you drive if you're still plugged in. So I'm guessing stop charging? Well, I was still connected to... Oh, and it closed for me. This car is goddamn magic. Alright, calm down, Gray. Calm down. It's very exciting. Calm down. Oh yeah, the door closes when I sit. Okay, okay. Let's do this.
In half a mile, keep to the left onto I-80 East towards Reno.
One of the great things about doing a road trip in America is all of these little rest stops that exist where you can just pull over and take a break, go to the bathroom, maybe get a snack. It's really nice. Oh, and by the way, beware of snakes. Every vessel needs a name, and she seems like a Bailey. To you, Bailey Blue, I look forward to our trip together. So holy shit, it's snowing. We're up high enough that there's snow on the ground. This is unbelievable. I'm not sure it looks the way on the camera, but holy hell is the visibility low. It's like there's a gas station in the corner. I feel like I'm in the mist. Look at this, it's amazing. So I'm totally unprepared for this weather. This hoodie is very warm, but it's not snow warm. But I'm taking a little break here because the visibility was just zero on the freeway, and it never snows in London. And I've gone all year without seeing any snow, and I'm just so excited right now and happy and very cold. And I just wanted to walk over and see what this little thing was in the snow. Beautiful, beautiful snow. Look at those trucks in the snow, in the forest, in the background. It's just beautiful. Okay, it is beautiful, but I'm also freezing. Okay, I've realized it's actually gonna get pretty dark soon. And I'm at like 5,000 feet. I think the only way out of this is through the snow, and I want to do it before it gets dark. So I'm going to load up on some rest stop coffee, and then we're going to get going. You're all strapped in the back seat. Stay cozy. We've got some serious snow to drive through. I didn't realize that the road I was driving over is the Donner Pass. I feel like the luckiest man alive right now. I bumped into a guy who's flying a drone, and now I really feel like I need a drone. I don't need a drone. Well, this has been quite the first day back at driving. In any other car, I would have been terrified through that. Thank you, Bailey Blue. Well, that was f***ing amazing. Alright, I was planning to go farther today, but the snow in the Donner Pass, that took a while and it took a lot out of me. So I'm gonna do the smart thing and I'm not gonna push further. Does that lock in? And I'm going to get, there we go. And I'm going to get a hotel in the local area instead of being a crazy person and pushing on to Reno. Nearest hotel is apparently like a cabin in the woods. Very Christmassy, feels appropriate. This was a good decision. The instant I stopped driving, I realized I am tireder than I thought I was. So I'm very glad to be getting into a room to be able to spend the night and relax. Ooh, a desk. All right, time to set up a workstation and pull all the footage off those cards and see what I was actually able to keep in the end. I love the snow. I love the cold. Speaking of cold, okay, so last night I wanted to test a thing. There's a way to charge the Tesla from just regular electrical outlets, which I spotted on the outside of the hotel and set up last night. So it didn't look too promising last night, but I just want to see this morning how has it done. Oh, it's charging at 3 miles per hour. We've added 22 miles overnight. This is really good because this means I can possibly try something that I was thinking about last night. Now to get to Moab, here's what I should do. I should take Interstate 80 up to Salt Lake City. That's the smart route. It's filled with these superchargers. If you're driving a Tesla a really long way, these things charge it up really fast. The only thing is, I've already driven across this road, so I have an idea for a different route. A more interesting ride that I've never done is this way, across what's known as the loneliest road in America, for good reason. There's nothing out there, including superchargers. This distance is way too long for a Tesla to do on a single charge, but I've discovered these things, RV parks. It'll charge a lot slower than a supercharger, but it'll work. There's an RV park here at Fox Peak Station, and there's an RV park here at Eli. This distance is 283 miles, and a Tesla's maximum range is 300 miles. If I get stranded along this road, it's gonna be a real problem. So in order to make this work, Fox Peak equals 100% charge. I cannot leave Fox Peak with less than a completely full battery. Otherwise, I might not make it, and there is nothing out here. So that's the plan. It's 6:30 in the morning. I'm happy to have woken up and get started early because today might be the longest day of driving. But of course, before we can get started, navigate to the nearest Starbucks. There's nothing cozier than being in a snowy world in a warm car on your way to get some coffee. Sounds like a coffee emergency, whatever that was. I was talking to the barista at Starbucks, and she said that this kind of snow in June is something she's only seen 4 times in the 20 years she's lived here. So I was feeling like the luckiest man alive yesterday, and now I feel just twice as lucky that I get to see this. Reno on the horizon. Ooh, it's still pretty cold out here. All right, let's go inside this casino. Boy, I sure hope I don't miss what's on this channel. Ooh. It's a buffet reimagined. Yeah, I'm gonna need 2. Both with bacon, egg, and cheese.
I don't know why I said egg. Of course there's egg in it, yeah. The bacon and cheese, yeah.
Bacon and cheese?
2, please.
Haha, I'm not really 2 people though, am I? Second coffee acquired, because we all know the first coffee is a warm-up. And now we're on to Fallon. This place is the test, where we find out if I can do the route I want or not. Oh, Fox Peak, not Pizza Hut. Fox Peak Station. This is the moment of truth. Let's see what we have here. Thinking that this part doesn't go into that part, and I have no other adapters that can bridge the gap. This thing has the same thing, so what I need to do is plug that. Come on, baby. All right, you're gonna go in there. Yes. Need my credit card for like the 70th time. Authorizing. Hey, all right. Oh my God, it's a miracle. Oh, it's gonna take a long time. Sitting here with the Tesla, getting it charged for the next leg of the journey. It's a little pooped. I'm a little pooped. I'm also a bit coffeeed out. So I'm going to get some of my replacement coffee pills, which are nice, and have some of that. And then I think I'll show you, while I wait, a couple of the features of this Tesla. Fighter jets from the Air Force Base. So loud. All right, the number one thing I worried about before driving the Tesla was this a ginormous screen and how distracting it would be. I mean, it is huge, but it handles really well. So when you hit the navigation, right? So I'm gonna navigate, I want to get to Ely, Nevada. What it'll do, and it would fill in if we had any kind of internet connection, it'll show an overview of your route if you want, or it'll show a particular leg, like to the next supercharger. But it doesn't actually really tell you how to drive here. That is through the steering wheel on this little screen. So you don't have to be like looking at this gigantic screen over here to see where you're supposed to turn. Instead, the turn-by-turn directions are right here. And when you're driving, it's exactly in your field of view. Like I feel like this is precisely where I want to be looking to see the turn-by-turn direction. So thumbs up for that. There's a bunch of other stuff that you can do with the screen, but what I like is the rear view mirror doesn't give you a huge field of view here, but it doesn't matter because here there's a button for the camera. So you can hit a rear view camera and that shows you what's behind the car. And then you can take these two windows and say, swap them so that your overview of your trip is up here, your rear view mirror is here, and you can even full screen this a little bit more so it's as big as it can possibly be. And I like this setup for driving. Okay, let's take a look at the car. You have this little magic key fob. And when you get close, the car recognizes you're coming by, so it starts turning on, the mirror folds out. You can press the door, and the door opens up automatically, which is super nice. A thing that I thought was a total gimmick, but I love it, is when you get in the car, when you press the brake, the side door closes automatically. This is a Belkin something or other, 1 star, do not recommend. This wire though, connects back to, there's a little nice dash space where you can plug in a traditional cigarette lighter. It also has 2 USB-A ports, which is charging my laptop actually from the battery of the car. And another wire, which is going up to the dash cam that I have set up so that you can see what's going on this road trip. From inside the car, you can actually control the doors as well. So you can say that you want the driver door open and the passenger door open, and they'll just go. All right, let's get out to watch the impressive thing that everybody likes, which is the amazing falcon wing doors on this thing. Apparently in the settings, they have some auto height features that will open up higher or lower based on the space that you're in. The trunk of the car also goes up. These are all the wires and adapters I was messing around with before to actually charge the Tesla. They come in this nice little case. Obviously on this road trip, I'm not carrying around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. So instead I have these seats go flat. There's a little button on the top here you press. When you press it, the head pops down. You can then fold the whole thing flat. So it gives you just a ton of space. All right, that's the trunk. Let's go around to the front. We can take a look at the engine inside. It's pretty awesome.
LOL, no engine, of course, because this is a Tesla. So we don't need all that disgusting, fluidy, engine-y stuff that like your grandpa knows how to fix, but you don't really care about. There's nothing in here. The whole car is really just the wheelbase, the other wheelbase, and a big battery that connects the two of them with some electrical engines that spin both of the wheels. But everything above that is just car.
So now with all that space, you may be asking yourself, Gray, I haven't seen any suitcases on this trip. I haven't seen any luggage, you know, the kind of stuff that you'd need for a big old road trip. Like, this car is pretty empty.
Because there's no traditional car stuff taking all the space, there's space everywhere, including right here in the back. There's a panel that you can pull up, and here is where I've actually hidden all of the stuff that I've packed. I like it to look like I'm not carrying all my possessions in the car.
The only other thing then are these cup holders. I don't know if it's the way I fit in a car or what, but this cup holder is impossible for me to reach. I have to move my arm all the way back behind the seat to then move it forward to be able to get the drink and up. Like, my elbow naturally goes exactly where this cup holder is. There should be a cup holder here, or there should be a cup holder here. But this spot, that spot is no bueno for a cup holder.
All right, that's everything. It's time to pack it up and figure out what we're doing.
God, those doggies have a bed at the front of the RV. Those must be the happiest doggies in the world. Yeah, good doggo.
Okay, I think I've been sitting here long enough. Now, I know past me said something like,
I cannot leave Fox Peak with less than a completely full battery.
but you know what? I'm not obligated to that guy. He's not here right now. I've discovered something. I don't need to go to Eli. I can go to a place called Austin in the middle. There's an RV park in Austin that if I can get there, they have a 50 amp charger. Now, hopefully I have the right accessories to be able to make that work. But I have a 20% margin of error to make it to Austin to be able to charge, and I'm in a dice rolling kind of mood. I didn't come across the goddamn ocean to drive on a road I've already driven, or to sit at a gas station for another 3 hours. It's time to get out of here and go get possibly stranded in the desert. What's the worst that can happen? Well, death. Death is always the worst that can happen. Okay, I actually spent the next 15 minutes finding every single setting in the settings panel that I could flip to make energy savings the maximum amount possible and get the cabin pre-cooled to save energy on air conditioning as well. So I didn't just bolt out of here. I spent a long time being fussy about things. But now it's time to go! Alright, we're on the road. There's a bunch of stuff that I can possibly do to extend the range just a little bit. And so far so good. We're up 1%. I'm sure that'll read 100 by the time we get there if trends continue. So I'm feeling pretty great. Here we are together on the loneliest road in America. About halfway to Austin, which is about halfway along my journey of this section of the loneliest road. We're estimating at 16% upon arrival in Austin, which is pretty good. I think this was a good decision. I think we're gonna make it. Bailey Blue just popped up this alert. She's getting concerned that we're too far from all the superchargers. And I don't blame her. We are smack dab in the middle of a supercharger desert. Don't worry, you got me through those mountains. I'll get you through this desert of electricity. I hope. Officially reached Austin city limits, and holy hell am I relieved. Hello, Austin Community Services. Boy, am I glad to see you. Now it's time to try and find the Pony Express RV camp. Pony Express, or is that the next one down?
That's down there.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, man. Oh my god, I'm so excited to be here. Gold mine. That is what I'm looking for. 50 amp deliciousness. This is the moment of truth, really. Because if this doesn't work, I am kind of f***ed. Alright, you and you should go together. Let's flip. Okay. Ooh, that looks sketchy. Awesome. Okay, fantastic. We've at least got electricity. We've got 40 amps. So now I guess the question is to see if I can find a hotel where I can stay. And there's one possibility here, which is there's a hotel up the road. I've got some keys and a toasty warm room, which I'm super happy to have. I am ridiculously unprepared for this weather. I thought I was driving into the desert. Oh my god, so warm. Thank you, heater. Thank you, door. Thank you, desk. Thank you, microwave. I'm so glad to be in this room. So I realized yesterday that I had dramatically underestimated how much storage space I was going to need running all of these cameras. And of course, right now I have files that exist only on the dash cams, and that's just one copy, and one copy is none copy, so I have to get 2 copies. So I need to copy it to something else. When I copy it to something else, I need to...
No one cares. No one cares about your technical problems. Ugh, I need some coffee.
Hello? Hello? Okay.
After a night on the charger, we're all set. Go, substitute coffee, go. I need you. Great. Thank you, town of Austin. Now it's on to Eli. Supercharger Desert. And there's more to go. I normally wear contacts when I'm driving, but my eyes are bothering me, so I'm back to my glasses. But it is a driving into the sun morning, so I'm gonna be pulling the super cool look of shades on top of prescription glasses. I have never been, I think, on a longer, more isolated road than this. I was worried about taking the Tesla where no Tesla is supposed to be, but this is a lifetime experience. First real coffee of the day acquired at a lovely little cafe in Eureka. Man, I wish I had more time to explore this town. I'm gonna be late enough for Moab as it is, so I gotta get going. And the danger of stopping anywhere with a beautiful Bailey blue Tesla is that everybody wants to talk about it. So expect Tesla conversation related delays wherever you go. Now we just need to find a place to hook up and pay. Oh, sweet.
Man, that never gets old.
Okay, the nice woman at the casino set me up with a license to park and a place to work in the hotel with internet. Internets are few and far between here, and I need to download some work files. If you listen to my podcast, you'll know that I like to use code names for my projects. This summer is Ursus, so this little statue's calling to me. If you're ever on the loneliest road, come see the bear, the first gray point. And I wish I had more time to explore the town because it looks like there's a ton of interesting stuff here. But once again, if I'm gonna get to Moab on time, I really need to get going. Oh, hello, hello. Oh my God, hello.
Oh my goodness, yeah, somebody to talk to. Somebody new.
What's her name?
Her name is Tinkerbell.
Oh, hello, Tinkerbell. This never gets old as you press the button. Click. The whole thing. I'm listening to the episode of Cortex that we recorded back at WWDC for any final changes that need to be made. And then if I ever have internet again, I will give the all okay for it to be posted.
Put the button on me.
We've made it to Deseret. It didn't take long for Deseret to start looking like Deseret. If you do drive in the West, make sure to get red-tinted sunglasses. It makes the whole experience better. Not that this isn't beautiful, but upping the saturation sure doesn't hurt. We're coming up on the town of Delta, which should have the last RV park for the Loneliest Road section of this trip. I see RVs. Oh, man, this is the nicest looking RV park I've seen yet. Like proper spaces, grass. Let's just see, do they have what I need? Oh, fuck. Double. All right, moment of truth. Yes! Flip the switch. Green, 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 green. Yes! All right, fantastic. All right, Bailey Blue isn't the only one that needs some power. It's dinner time. So an interesting thing has happened. Now that I'm here, there's a supercharger up here in Nefidi, Utah that I've never noticed before, or I swear to God is brand new. It wasn't there when I was looking at the routes a couple days ago. I was thinking I needed to go to a supercharger down here, which would have been way out of the way. But this one says I can make it there with 8% remaining. Given all of this, it means that since I have reached the edge of the loneliest road in America and I am off the supercharger desert, I can make it to a supercharger and make it to Moab tonight. Every gamble on this trip so far has worked out amazingly, so I'm going to roll the dice one last time. Daylight's burning, we gotta roll. Thank you, Antelope RV Park in Delta. You are the reason I might make it to Moab tonight. All right, I gotta put down the camera and we gotta go. Ooh, 28 miles to spare. Looks like we're topping out at around 270 miles per hour that we sit at the charger. Superchargers, I feel like I really appreciate you after the loneliest road. It was too easy at the beginning, but now I understand just how great you are. We're gonna be 50 minutes here before we can move on to Green River. I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty great just to be back on the supercharger network. I feel like that's already quite an accomplishment. So I don't know. Maybe I'll charge up and... Ooh, it's a truck train. Okay, the hell with it. The sun's going down, but you know what? I don't want to be showing up late tomorrow. I'd rather get there tonight. Time for Tesla After Dark. Let's do this. River or bust. So I made a bad assumption that there were going to be lights all over this highway, and there are not. I think I would have not done this if I had realized it was going to be in total darkness for 100 miles. 83 miles to go. Holy fuck, am I glad to be off that highway. Alright, I thought the most stressful driving was going to be that snow, but boy was I wrong. I am literally shaking. Just 20 minutes to kill while she's charging. Okay, I'm full of adrenaline and nerves. I'm just gonna walk around for a minute and shake it off. I guess this is the eponymous Green River. Alright, let's get back inside here. Oh. Thank you, John Wesley Powell History Museum, for installing those Tesla chargers. Alright, just a tiny bit longer until Moab, and then we're done for the night. Nope, I'm gonna stop it here. I can't show you any more fast-forwarded footage with fun music underneath it. This was a dumb, dangerous decision at the end of a long series of dumb, dangerous decisions. I've been driving since Austin. I should have stopped at the RV park, I should have stopped at the supercharger, I definitely should have stopped at Green River, but I didn't. This is how catastrophic errors happen, and I just got really lucky. I will never do this again. Please go to bed if you're driving. Nothing is that important. So I'm gonna skip past all this now. Yeah, go behind the ear. Yeah, it's hard to get that spot, isn't it? Boy. All right, I'll be back later. Okay, so while I was out here, Tesla literally announced the next version of their autopilot system with a ton of improvements, including more sensors, on-ramp, off-ramp ability, better ability to hold tight the lanes and take turns, and smart summon, and a whole bunch of other stuff. This is one of the things that I love about technology, because technology involves the promise of constant iteration and improvement. And it is the reason why I have just never cared about cars at all. But I've been really interested in Tesla since I first heard about them, because it seems to me much less a car than a computer on wheels.
can't beat it. Diamonds so pearls, hand on the moon and take you traveling the world. I can love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'll give you all of what I've got. The fancy things, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, baby. Cross my heart and hope to die.
This ceiling is really low. I can't actually stand up in this place. Oh God. Oh yeah, that's not creepy at all. Oh God. Yeah, nope. Nope. Watch the hell out for that. What makes it 10 times creepier is this certainly seems like a ghost town. Except there are a lot of these pretty shiny new no trespassing signs around. There's post office. Which is, I'm gonna guess, actually locked. Yeah, see, so that's actually locked. There's this new looking sign, smile, you're on camera. And a security camera that sure looks like it's active. Oh, Jesus Christ. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of terrified to open this. Jesus fucking Christ. This thing looks like a puzzle out of mist. Well, I do actually have to go. Boy, don't drop your phone down the toilet this time. Alright, if you say so. Well, time to go now, I think. Cars do feel a bit like a bubble of security and safety that you can take with you wherever you go. And I'm glad I came out to this ghost town, but the feeling like there are people around is creepy as all hell. So I'm very happy to head back to that bubble of safety and security and get back to Moab. All right, in the car, lock the door. Goodbye, Cisco. I've been in Moab for a few days, getting work done, getting podcast recording done. All of my equipment is different and new. It's like, oh Jesus Christ, fingers crossed. Planning and preparing for the final and hardest part of this summer, which is VidCon. Not looking forward to that. But also, and again, taking advantage of this unique and austerely beautiful part of the country.
Driving through the West is like nothing else. This trip has been just what I needed. Driving with Bailey, especially through some unexpected difficulties, I've gotten over a lot of the fear and hesitation I had about driving. I'm really appreciative for that. This is my final day in Moab, so I'm going to take the time to appreciate it too, before I have to drive to LA. Got my coffee, got my music. Now just 4 stops left until I have to be in LA and at VidCon. But no need to dwell. Moab, I'll see you again soon. Bailey, let's enjoy the last of the desert driving. This is the entrance to the San Rafael swell. All right, Bailey. I know that our time together is growing short, but I'm glad that I get to take you through one of my favorite sections of interstate. Let's do this, girl.
Please follow the road for 105 miles.
Oh man. That is some serious solar paneling. It's Factorio. Man, I wanted that upgrade. It's time to be agriculturally inspected. This was the last charging pit stop for Bailey. Not gonna lie, I am getting pretty emotional about saying goodbye to this girl. I feel like we've been through a lot together. You've had a fun romp through the desert. But I think we gotta clean you back up before you go back to your normal life. The works, of course. Only the best for Bailey. I know you don't want a bath. You'll be happy to be cleaned, and you know you'll be glad to be back home once you're there. See, doesn't that feel good? Look how good you look. All right, girl. Let's get me to VidCon and you home.
almost there, Bailey Blue. Almost there.